Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm going to start off right now. We're at the Doe Network and I want to read this to you because I want you to understand this. The material covered in this section, which is also the material that's covered in this video, it may be disturbing to some viewers. The Doe Network features sketches, reconstructions, and or public releasable images of identified persons and or their personal items. In some cases, linked to post-mortems are provided. All reconstructions are the artist's interpretation of what the person may have looked like. Some features are the artist's estimations to complete the image and should not be used as a significant marker for identification. Okay, and I want you to understand that this video could be very upsetting to you as well, because this is people that are actually missing. These are people that are unidentified. These are people, that horrific things may have happened to them. So before you continue, it's not a video that I would show children, okay? So now I'm going to continue, but I just wanted to start out giving you that warning. So, okay, and welcome to the Doe Network. That's where we're at. So the Doe Network is now welcoming donations. These donations will be used to support a long time overdue update and upgrade of our IT and supporting systems. And I'm not going to do a lot of videos on this, but I thought I would do a few here and there. So it says the Doe Network is a 100% volunteer organization devoting to assisting investigating agencies in bringing closure to national and international cold cases concerning missing and unidentified persons. So, and if you have a missing person that's from your family that's never been reported, or and you don't know what happened to them or something like that, you should give that information so that they can put that out there. But you can also give them donations to help them because they're all volunteer. And it says right here, we are not private detectives. And you can read more what it says. I don't want to read it all, but that's where we're at. This is just something that sometimes I do. So this is what I'm doing. Because I'll be looking at missing persons and cases and trying to make video about missing person cases. So, and then I feel like, well, I should be doing this instead. So sometimes I'll do this and I'll scroll through and you can see there are images and some of them look like they, might have been actual image taking of the person and they just haven't been identified with something that happened to them. And some of them might be sketches that the people did. So I go through and I pick one, and then I will go through and see if I can't see if the unidentified person might be somebody on the missing list. But some of the people that were missing were never even reported as missing, and nobody knew what happened to them. But nobody ever took the time to report them as being missing. So this one, where is the one I'm doing this time? This one right here is the one I'm doing, and so I will show you right here. And this was an unidentified female. She was discovered December 20th, 1987, Royal Beach, Palm Beach County, Florida. She estimated time of date of death was up to 3 years prior, so 1984 to 1987. Not recognizable, near complete or complete skeleton, cause of death unknown. Estimated age 20 to 40, white female, 5'1" to 5'6", 90 to 130 pounds, light brown hair with gray streaks. Eye color unknown. She may have suffered a back injury or had severe arthritis, fracture of the right clavicle. And there's identifiers. The dentals are available. The victim had extensive dental work, 8 fillings, and extensive caries. Fingerprints not available. DNA is available. There was no clothing, jewelry, or additional personal items. The victim was located in a wooded area along 130th Avenue north of Orange Boulevard near the acreage of Royal Palm Beach, Florida on December 20th, 1987. And then there's more information. So, and then then I can scroll through and I can look at the females by year if I want to see who went missing and from all the states, because sometimes they'll travel with them. I mean, if you got to imagine, if somebody's going to kill somebody, are they going to murder, are they going to hide the body really close to them and get rid of it quickly, or are they going to drive across the country to get rid of it? And it probably depends on what's going on, how much time they have, if they have to be somewhere, because you wouldn't think they would put a dead body in their own backyard, but some people do. So, And then there's this girl is one of the missing. And I went this way. So you go right here, you can click and do it by the geographical index, and you can go to Florida, right? So instead of doing it by year, I could actually go to Florida and see maybe she was actually from Florida. So it said, what, 84 to 87. So then I go down and I go to 87 and I see her, and she looks a lot like the images they have. I don't know what I do with the link. She looks a lot like the images of the identified person and some of the, and I don't know where they got the idea, and that's, so I can't really go by the image, but I look at her hair and I see her hair and it looks just like the hair on the person, and I'm wondering if they knew what her hair used to be cut like, but I don't know that. But I'm reading she went missing in June 18th, 1987, and this one was found December 20th, 1987. She was 20 to 40 years old, 5'1" to 5'6". So then I look at her details, and her name is Heidi Ann Zampell. She was in Naples, Collier County, Florida. And how far is that from where the body was found? Well, it is just 148 miles. So, and she had brown shoulder length, wavy hair, brown eyes, slightly hunchback, prominent collarbones, wears hearing aids in both ears, and has a scar on her lower abdomen 8 inches. Slight hunchback. May have suffered a back injury or had severe arthritis. Well, that really seems like that could be her. So what do you think? Because she went missing November 1st. No, that's her birthday was November 1st. She went missing June, so they found the body December. So even though she went missing in June, she was 22 years old if she died then, or she would have been 23 when they would have found her body. So anyway, light brown, 90 to 130, 5'1" to 5'6", 5'2", 110 pounds. So it's interesting that the artist picked to sketch the person looking like this. It makes you feel like, where did they get that idea from? Anyway, I don't know how the artists, I don't know if they have information that we don't have or how they do that. I don't know. But the dentals are available. The fingerprints and the DNA is not available. And are the dentals available on this one? Dentals available. She had extensive dental work. And this one must have had some kind of dental work because the dentals are available. So, and I can't tell if the clothing matches because I don't know. But it says she was last seen by a friend who dropped her off at the Golden Gate Estates. She had just finished her shift at the batik shop in the Coastland Mall and asked her friend to drive her to a minister's house in Golden Gate. She refused to tell him why she wanted to go there. Zampell got out of the car and started walking up the long driveway to Arthur Sims' house. Sims, a minister, told police that Zampell didn't belong to his church and she didn't come to his house that day. She has not been seen nor heard from since. But how did she know he was a minister when she got dropped off there? If the minister didn't know her. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, I would think because of the hunchback and the back problems and the yeah, I would think it really could be her. And then I'm looking and I go and I look some more, and that's 87. And so where's the one? This is the one in Florida. So then I go, and then there's 1984. There's also this girl. And let's look at some information about her. Her name is Rosario Teresa Gonzalez. She went missing in 1984 from Miami-Dade County, Florida. Classification endangered missing. And here's the map of where she went missing to where that is. And it's 73 miles. And so that's not very far. She was 5'6", 115 pounds. So she fits it as well. And you can see. So you go by the facial shape, I guess. So you see her facial shape, and then you see her facial shape is the same, and then that's the facial shape. So it does look very similar. So it says she was born in Cuba. She wore red shorts and a white t-shirt. And you can read more on that. So this is what circumstances. She disappeared on February 26, 1984. She'd been working at a temporary job distributing aspirin samples at a Miami Grand Prix racetrack where witnesses said she took a break and had left around noon with an older man. She was last seen shortly after 1300 hours, so that would be 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Gonzalez' 1980 Oldsmobile Cutlass was left parked near the DuPont Plaza. Her paycheck was left unclaimed. Christopher Wilder became a suspect in her disappearance in March 1984. He has been linked to at least a dozen disappearances and murders of women in the early to mid-1980s. Wilder, who also was at the race, was seen less than 4 hours later driving north on I-95. So from the race going up to where the body was found, I think from here towards here is I-95. So this is from Royal Palm Beach to Miami. That says Miami, so I don't know. That might be. She was Miami-Dade County, Florida. Yeah, so that's going north on 95. If they're going from here towards there, that's north on 95. So, I don't know. And I'm sure there's a lot more about these cases. So if you go online, you go to Google, you can search their names and get more information, And I don't know if she had a back injury or not, but because it was such a short distance from where she was last seen at, and there was a murder in the area, it could also be her. So you can look and see, and you can find the information on here. And so you can see that, and you can see the facial shape, and you can see that different people might fit the circumstances. But she has a back injury, and the other one, there was a murder nearby. And to me, either one of them, looking at the maps, like here it is 78 miles, and here it is 148 miles. And I don't know if they've checked them both, but they have the agencies on there where you can get a hold of them, Miami Police Department or whatever. But so anyway, if you have any information, but that's just something I do sometimes because I feel like I should be doing something more, and I can't really do anything. And I get confused, and I don't know who it could be. Anybody, because so you see the hair here looks different than here, so because it's the artist's rendition of the sketch. And it's very upsetting, and it's not just upsetting while you're reading it and while you're going through it and when you're seeing how many people are unidentified or how many people went missing. And you think about how many people went missing and were never even reported as missing. But then you think about how many people died and their families never knew what happened to them. And then when you get done doing it and you think about it, it's also upsetting because, hours later you'll think, wow, this person went through this, and it'll just hit you, So it can be very traumatic and very upsetting, but if you're interested in trying to solve crimes, you can look here to find out missing people, to find unidentified people, and then you could go online and I don't know, maybe they have groups or something, but it might be, for some people, it might be something to do, Anyway, sometimes I do this because I like to do videos about missing people so that people will take an interest and maybe try to see if they know something or remember something, or, it might help somebody. But then I see these and I thought, why not share this with other people, that sometimes I do this because maybe somebody else might be interested in looking into something like this. But remember what they said, even though I think this looks so much like this person and so much like that person, they said that the sketches and reconstructions, what does it say? All reconstructions are the artist's interpretation of what the person may have looked like. Some features are the artist's estimations to complete the image and should not be used as significant marker for identification. So there, excuse me. So you can see that. And there's so many people to look at and try to figure out if you think they fit. And some of them have like dental things, and some of them it doesn't mention if they have dental things. Some people will have dentures and they'll be young, and some people it won't mention if they had dentures. So, and there are images of some of them, they find their bodies or they die. Something will happen to them and they'll be injured and they'll die, and they'll take pictures of them after they die, and they might have the pictures will be in here as well for things like that too. So, which is kind of, you have to click a link to go to it, and it'll tell you this is where the link is to it. So you can decide, hey, I don't want to see that usually, but just so you know, because it's very sad. I mean, there's the men are listed separately, so you can choose between the men and the women. They have the country separately. You can list them by date. You can list them alphabetically. You can list them go through them by the places, the states, and you'll see that. And sometimes you might see like 8 people in one day. They all turned up dead, and nobody knew why. But well, they might know why. They all turned up dead. They don't know. They have them listed there because maybe the relatives haven't, I don't know. There was one, I think, that they had people they were all coming here from another country or something, and there was like a bunch of them that drowned or something. But so it has different ages. It has children, it has elderly. Sometimes somebody will get hit by a car while they're walking, and you don't know if, and they may have been traveling through, or they don't know if they were traveling through it, and they've never been, and they have pictures of them, but they've never been identified. So they may have those on here as well. So, but anyway, thank you for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed my video. And like I said, I'm not going to do a whole lot of these, but I might do a few of these just so that you can understand. And like I said, this is run completely by volunteers. And I'm not a volunteer for them, but I have emails from one of the volunteers, but a few of them. So they need donations. So if you wanted to donate to them, that might be something wonderful to do, because like I said, the video is upsetting to watch, but it's one of the ways that you can help these people is to donate to help keep it going. Anyway, I just want to thank you so much for tuning into my channel, and have a great day. Bye-bye.